so bad that it could be on like your flip phone. Like,
Are you making fun of Gex? Are you making fun of Gex?
No.
Why?
Listen, his last game was in 1999.
Oh, was it 3?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it was the Gex MMO.
Gex Online.
Gex ready.
Gex ready for a great episode of 3D Blast. Cast. Shit. Cut that up.
Hi. That was it. We started.
That's it? That's all we got?
That's it.
That's the best you can do.
Hi.
Can we rewind that and do it again?
Samir, it's your
Yes.
turn. Go.
Alright. So Gex 2 was called Enter the Gecko. I think it's the most underrated one.
What's
my
inside?
opinion.
What's inside the gecko?
I don't know.
What's Gex,
I didn't play it.
What's Gex 1 called?
Just Gex. They needed to get the name out there.
That's all you need.
He looks like a radical dude.
Welcome to 3D Gex. I'm 3D Blast, host of 3D Cast, and I'm joined by Samir
Hello.
and Gexadecimal
Woo!
of Lost Angles, and I would introduce Mr. Fantasy Deluxe himself, aka Cyberpunk, aka Alias, but I don't know where the hell he is. He's in the call, and he's, I don't know. And of course, it's fantastic special guest, Mr. Vito of DMT.
Oh,
What's going on?
As he rolls his eyes. So yeah, this is a Gex-filled episode, I
Yeah, we're
guess.
just gonna talk about Gex this episode.
I Gex. I don't know what happened.
Oh man.
How did we talk about Oh, because it rhymes with hex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuck in a tangent on that one alone.
God, yeah, how did that one stick?
That too.
Gexadecimal. DMT Rexadecimal. Sexadecimal.
Oh wow.
Pay your respects to Decimal.
Oh man, I could really go for some carne asada, aka some Tex-Mexadecimal. We living, baby.
Oh man. That's too good.
Oh boy, oh boy. Anyways, what is this show about? Vaporwave?
I think so.
3D Cast, your premier Vaporwave podcast. Making...
Sorry.
Sorry. We'll start with our usual bits.
Sounds good.
Oh, he's
Oh
here.
my god.
Oh man.
Where have you been?
What's up?
Where have you been?
I want to get an orange.
Son of a bitch.
I'm back now, though.
Oh, holy shit.
No, I'm kidding. I went to have dinner, actually.
You just went to... You just left to have dinner.
I was supposed to eat before, but it wasn't done. I figured I'd just go eat real fast and come back. So now I got some wine, and I am all full, ready for the cast.
Yeah. Oh, you finished. Okay, I'm moving on. Regular bits. What have we been listening to this week? We'll start with Hexadecimal.
Shit.
All right, Samir.
I've been listening to... I was ready. I was listening to the Aquabats. Just going back through them.
Good choice.
Oh,
Good choice.
Good choice.
So I introduced someone to them, and I was like, "Hey, I want to listen back." So I started.
Any album in particular, or just the whole thing?
Not just the whole thing. I like Charge a lot though.
Yeah, Charge is good. That one, or actually, it's probably that one.
It's the Essential Aquabats.
It's a good album. It's like not as ska as their other stuff.
Yeah, it's their in between one.
But yeah, between being super kiddie.
Yeah.
All right, hexadecimal.
This week I had discovered that there was an entire album's worth of B-sides by the awesome indie band Block Party that I knew nothing about, called Another Weekend in the City. That it's not like actually like official. It's more like the entire thing is just bonus tracks that were released during their second album, and there's just so many that people were able to make an entire album out of it. And let me just say, it's fucking awesome.
You should send me that if you get a chance.
Oats. I absolutely will.
Oh, and also before I forget, Samir.
Yeah.
We need a vaporwave alias. We need
You got
two. You weren't here last week, were you?
I was here last
Oh,
week, but
okay.
I wasn't. I'll give you two.
No, we can do one. I don't remember.
Ah.
You're
Hold on.
Last week's was
He had two last week.
Afterburner
Yeah.
Light and PDA, Personal Digital
Did
Assistant.
you? How
Yeah,
do you
the-
remember that?
The PDA was really good. I remember
Are you
that
writing
one.
them? Are you writing them all down?
Yeah, well, I've been writing them down, like, starting last week.
Oh my god! You should
Make
just
sure I
keep
don't
doing that.
repeat myself.
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
We're gonna make a shirt. We're gonna make like Samir's face out of all of his aliases.
I kind of want to make, like, a compilation of just these aliases.
Oh yeah,
Really good names.
we should get a bunch of artists just to be like, all right, I'm that alias. That'd be fun. As soon as we get like 20 or so, maybe we'll do it.
I think
Yeah, that's
my
why-
favorite so far is, like, Sid Meier's Pirates.
Sid Meier's Pirates is like the
So
best one. All right, we're gonna need one for this week.
All right. So I was sitting down. I was thinking a lot, and then I got really horny.
Oh god.
And then I didn't. And then I thought of a name. So here's the name. Refurb Resistor. I don't know what it means.
Refurb? Is it like refurbish?
Yeah.
Resistor.
Like I'm not going to GameStop and I'm picking up that GameCube for $20. I'm buying a new one.
You're getting a refurbed.
Not
Oh,
getting-
you're not gonna pick one up because you're a refurb resistor. If they had a used copy of Gex, would you get it or no?
Hell yeah. Gex is the checks, dude.
What is next? Alright, refurb resistor is this week's alias. Continuing on. I always forget to ask that. Sometimes, well, that one time we didn't hear it until like 40 minutes in. Uh-oh, I got a Skype. I forgot to do my thing. Turn my things off. Anyways, we'll do, before we do Vito, we can do Cyberpunk Mr. Fantasy Deluxe.
What up?
What are you listening to?
Myself.
You've been dubbing tapes.
No, I'm kidding. I downloaded Toyo Hirakuman's new album is really good. It's in Japanese. I don't know what it's called, but it's really good. And I've been busy with school, so that's really about it. Mind Spring Memories and Phoenix 2772 released a new thing today. It's actually really good.
It's really good.
And it's been out for a while, but on Plastic Response Records, there's an album called Let's Get Electric 1987 by Cheap Talk. And it's really, really good. I don't know if it's Vaporwave, but I definitely recommend it.
How fun.
Oh, and one more. Welcome Beauty Sounds, Volume 1. It's a compilation. It's kind of old, but there's a lot of good stuff on there, including Christians Having Sex, Hank Williams, and Lil Wintosh.
Christians having sex.
It's a good name.
Haircuts. Fuck. Christians having sex as well. Hold on. Fantasy Sci-Fi. Fantasy/Sci-Fi Fest. Follow me on Twitter. Hold on, guys.
I don't know if it was mentioned, but Vincent Remember released on Bedlam Tapes, and it's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Dope.
good.
Speaking of Bedlam Tapes, I'm super hyped for that Dante Mars.
Yes.
Oh man,
Tedlam Bapes.
Remembering digital artifacts, right?
something like that. He's gonna be on the 23rd. He's scheduled to be on this show.
Oh, good.
Good.
Do you guys listen to 18 Karat Affair?
I haven't.
I have.
I'm trying to come across their whole discography. It's all priced on Bandcamp, but they do have this one free album up called North Cruise Boulevard EP. It's really, really good. If you like classic vaporwave, I definitely recommend it. And I'm
Cool.
done. That's it.
No, you're good. There's nothing wrong with that, talking about music on the music show.
Time to boot up American Truck Simulator since I got the most votes in today's poll.
Wait,
Going
what
up
was the
against-
poll?
I put a poll up. It said, "What game should I play on the 3D Cast?" And it was American Truck Sim, Stranded Deep, and City Skylines. And,
City Skyline. My brother's playing that.
that game is so good. I love that game. I got really into it last summer. It actually kind of inspired the whole SimCity, City Skylines really inspired the whole Sim Earth project in the beginning. I'm trying to find the poll results, but it won't load right now. But I think
It's
American Truck
60%,
Sim got or 60%. Okay, yeah, so that one won.
I just voted.
So
I retweeted it. Probably should have done that a while ago. I didn't see it. Oh, you must have posted this when you got home earlier.
well, I don't know why it won't load. But yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna boot that up and see what's good.
Yeah, it sounds good. Vito.
You're about to hear some trucks.
Yeah, let's keep that on the DL. Vito, what's up? What you been doing? Holy shit! Oh,
Coming alive again.
hey! Turn your
What was
trucks
that
down.
now?
It is American Truck Simulator. The game of choice for this show.
I had to.
Alright, I thought... Hey, I know a ton of people who like game volume in public places, places, that does not go by their mind. That was a weird way to phrase that.
Wait,
It is-
what? Is
Hold
it a
on.
different language?
I
Follow their mind.
think I had a freaking aneurysm. Holy shit! When people play games in public or any place, it doesn't cross their mind that their game has volume and is super annoying.
True.
People who play
Someone listen to
DS
their
or
phone
anything.
Speaker on the bus.
Oh yeah,
That's the worst.
anything. Just don't listen to music ever, really.
Yeah, fuck music. Music's stupid.
Anyways, Vito, what have you been listening to,
I've been
or
catching,
just doing? I guess.
I've been catching up on my Alan Fist recordings because I haven't downloaded their albums in a while, and I have no idea why. So I've been listening to Trademarks and Copyrights,
Cool.
Marble Girls, particularly, Kuwait Paragraphic.
Cool.
He has a new album called Gravity Came Down from the Roof, so I'm sorry, my iTunes just cut it off. I don't know what the rest of the album title is. And I've also been listening to the new Weezer, because it's really good. And I was kind of surprised that it's really good. So that's been my week, aside from DMT recording and stuff.
Listen
Just
to all
listen.
those good tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What have I been listening to? Who wants to answer that for me?
Virtual Coast.
Pioneer.
I've been listening to my own album. I have been listening to a lot of low-key future funk, not the French house stuff, but stuff like Dante Mars, Agito, kind of the more hip-hop-y stuff like Flaming Ghosts. It's not really vaporwave too much, but stuff like that. Because I'm trying to put together a 6 set for a show I have. Ooh, I hear myself. That was Vito.
There's two of you.
Oh, so
There's
3.
two of me.
Vito.
What?
Oh, I can hear him. Wait. Oh, I don't know. We could hear ourselves for a hot second.
I'm sorry, is that my bad?
I think it's good now.
Okay.
Maybe.
I think it's all good.
Anyways, no, maybe not. Who knows?
Whatever.
Right.
We'll just
Volume on
record the
my-
rest of this in a canyon or something. Rainbow the episode.
So yeah, we're listening to a lot of that future funk stuff. No albums in particular. I've been just listening to stuff on shuffle. I mainly listen to music at work on a speaker, so I try not to play anything too crazy.
None
So
of that hard vapor at work.
yeah, sometimes like honestly, like a sand timer track did come on. And it was like just really jarring, and I was like, I gotta turn this off. So you know, a lot of tame music, normal people music. So I don't know. So that's me. Very boring this week. I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff. Oh dear. Uh-oh, you posted a picture of a truck.
On the road again
On the road again.
for 3D cast.
Yes. Yes.
We're keeping America moving by doing this podcast.
I think Encarta had a message for Vito. I think he said DMT got him into Vaporwave.
Oh, good. That's awesome
Yeah.
to hear, man.
Yeah.
I remember that from the Lost Angles podcast that one time with you and... were you on it, Josh? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Was it this show?
I don't think it was this
It
show.
would have been like the first one that we did with.
Wait, what other show have you been on? Are you on another show?
Damn it!
Hexcast.
Found out. Hex, you found out.
You heard it here, Hexcast.
It's Hex and Samir.
Literally just us two, mostly exchanging the occasional quip, but with like gaps of lengthy silence.
Yeah.
It's just them while they do their work.
Yeah, the
all you
background
hear is just kind of
ambiance
like,
of using the keyboard.
yeah, my loud keyboard.
Yeah. Some ASMR shit.
That keyboard. Um, yeah. Speaking of, you guys did have a podcast, or were supposed to have one, but you know you guys are lazy and really suck.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
just kidding. Just scheduling issues. I think I'm stealing your first guest.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, something like that.
I'm kind of glad though, because then I can be there,
Yeah.
so it works out.
I don't even know if we should announce who it is. It's a pretty cool person, but
Don't say it.
I won't
Don't
say it
say
because
it.
it might. Who knows if it'll fall through.
Yeah. We need to like still crunch the theoretical numbers on it and see if my scheduling is still gonna affect everything.
Yeah. Yep.
As I
Because
told you, I'm good.
hella
You should
busy.
you,
month.
you should like say it, but then like bleep one of it out with one of their most obscure songs. So then like someone will spend like a whole day looking for it and trying to find out who it is.
Oh, that's so smart. Would you actually put in the time to do that?
No.
Damn it, 3D Blast. Yeah.
I mean, oh man, I could, but someone else would have to help me find a song because I don't know if I'd be able to look. Like,
I know
what
the perfect choice.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
All right, should I say it?
Sure, say it.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I know the perfect song. I'll link it to you after the show.
Okay, all right. Please don't forget. Also, need
I'll link it to you right now.
6:37. What time
What
is it? It's
an
been like 15
exciting-
minutes. It's been like 15
exciting
minutes.
person to have as a guest star. Oh my god. I can't believe I heard that with my own ears. Wow.
I don't know who that is.
Listen, of course Samir doesn't know. Yeah, I mean, it'll be cool to have HKE on.
Oh yeah, him and Wasex.
Yeah, they're coming on the show. They're gonna make their own podcast, and it's gonna be better, and it's gonna be the best.
It's gonna be a lot harder than this one.
Oh,
Hope
yeah.
it's not fast. It's gonna
Won't be as soft.
Yeah, this is a pretty. It's a chilling episode. So yeah, they're gonna be on the show. Yep, Weezer will be on the show.
awesome.
Yeah, Jay Leno will be on the show next week
Lay Jeno,
with Bill Maher. Bill Maher.
Bill Mayer, and the mayor of
Jamaica.
New York City. I don't know anymore. So yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Starring Namesh.
Just Mash.
Or Mesh. Right.
Namesh. Get it right.
Is it really not pronounced Namesh?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's just mesh.
I've been saying mesh until today, just now.
Same, Vito.
Yeah.
Same.
Mash a decimal.
Meshadesimal.
Oh, that's how it's pronounced.
See, I was thinking that.
Nemeshintox
I was like,
Plus.
No, that's a stretch. They won't buy it.
So yeah, that's cool. What are we doing? I feel
When's
like
it-
What? Sorry, go.
Oh, I was just say when's the show start, but I was kidding.
Oh, you say that every week. I always forget that like the first segment needs more stuff to be in it, but it's always just the intro, and then we talk about music, and then sometimes we'll have stuff to talk about, but not in this case.
Topic.
All right, go.
I downloaded this week the realistic perspective mod for the mirrors on American Truck Sim, and it's really fun backing in now. It's a lot more realistic in the perspective, so I can more easily, it's just a lot more realistic, so it's more fun. But we can talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Oh,
To be fair, though, I always thought this show would be like, it'd be really hard to get an hour out of people. But then
It's kind of the opposite.
every episode has been so long, and I'm like, how did I do that?
That's
So
funny.
let's just cut to the meat of it. We don't have to drag this out. We're gonna play a track from an upcoming DMT release, right? It's gonna be on.
What's the first one you're doing? The one that you're on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Aren't they all on DMT?
Yes. But I wasn't sure if you were going to do the Life Turns one, which would have been
Still
coming
on-
out today.
Please tell me you're playing some Vito tracks, though. Right?
Well, there's one at the end.
Because his alien, like Vito, dude, oh my gosh. You make some amazing classic, like, vaporwave. Like, I love it.
You
I
just
love
posted
it.
a track today, didn't you?
I did post
It
one
was
today.
really good. I listened
Some of
to
my
it.
favorite stuff, man. Like,
I
seriously.
Man,
liked it.
appreciate that.
Liked it, and reposted it.
I noticed. Thank you. I also,
yeah.
this is completely off topic. I noticed your Miami Virtual came.
Yes,
which
it did.
mine also came, and I love it. I haven't
Yeah,
heard it yet.
baby.
Shouts out. Yeah, I got a lot of cassettes today.
Yeah, I noticed. You got like 4.
I had more than 4. I got like 5.
I brought over like 3 of them. but-
Yeah, I'll go through my cassettes, my cassette update. If you want to see my cassette updates, you can follow me on Twitter. I don't know how you listen to this without knowing who I am, or my Instagram. I think it's the same name as Twitter, RK3D Blast. But you can look at my Instagram, and I post all my cassettes like a little blog. What did I get today? Miami Virtual from Lost Angles. Some stuff I get over the. I don't update it until I get like at least 5, I think. So I got these over the past month, since whenever my last update was. Miami Virtual, Windows 98 Trilogy, The Dream Can't Last Forever from Bedlam, The River Wave, Future Girlfriend Split on BizCash, good shite.
Very good.
Mamma Mia. Did I have one more regular tape? I don't know. It's too far away. I probably forgot one. But I got 3, count them, 3 tapes from Fantasy Deluxe label.
2, which are unreleased.
2, yeah. One, okay, yeah, I don't know if you want to talk about each one. I got Simmerth, first of all, which is the most coveted cassette I've seen in a long time.
I cannot keep that one in stock. It's driving me crazy.
I got one of those, of course. Actually, what's funny is that I'm actually like one of the last people to get mine. Even though...
True.
Yeah, we just didn't really get around to it. And of course, I got a copy, early copy, because I need it for class.
Yeah, because you're an enrolled student.
I'm an
You're
enrolled
actually
student.
an ambassador on the first day. You'll be greeting new students and taking them on trips of the campus.
Yeah, I'm an Arcadia campus alumni.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got that Arcadia campus virtual tour. Awesome. I wanted that for so long. I mean,
Very rare. Must collect.
yeah. No one else in the world has it.
Nope, you're the first one.
Check it.
What
Okay.
number do you have? Did you open it yet?
No, I'd assume... Oh,
Because
I
those ones are all numbered as well.
Oh, hold on. Is my headphone cord long enough?
Yes.
Quick, let's talk about him.
I still have my headphones on, you idiot.
Shit, I don't like his pants.
Is the other one number 2?
Just Sim Earth and Arcadia Campus are numbered.
Alright, I'll check out.
He's struggling quick.
Oh!
Oh, you dropped it. Alright, we're good.
My entire thing fell off this. This is a mess. This is a big fat mess.
Opening rare cassettes live on the air.
Oh god, I almost tripped over it. Okay, hold on. Let me get back. Oh, I dropped my riverway.
He's like broken all by now.
Smashing cassettes live on the air in 3D blast.
I got these all.
What cassette do you want us to smash next? Please vote in. Like, comment, subscribe.
Alright, where are they numbered? Alright, I have 5 of Sim Earth somehow.
Oh, nice. I was just curious because that
That's a
number
rare
all
one.
is kind of cool.
Let's see. I have 24 of Arcadia.
Oh, interesting.
That's a rare one.
You think I'd get 1 or 2?
Well, they were all numbered, but now they're all mixed up kind of randomly in the box because I've been listening to them, like proofing them.
This software is property of Arcadia Campus. Please return to your admissions office at the end of your tour.
Yeah, it must be returned or your student account will be credited $10,674.42
Nice.
because everything at Arcadia Campus is very regularly priced like that.
Well, yeah, because yeah.
Like a bottle of water and a T-shirt there was like $24,000, something weird,
Just like
78
real
cents or
just
something.
like real college.
Yeah, exactly. That whole album is inspired by like my experiences at like different colleges and like different dormitories and like my whole like academic experience after high school. So,
Awesome.
so
I have a friend who I work with who goes to the school that this is based off of.
really,
Yeah. Yeah,
on the front cover. That one?
the school. Yeah, and
That's cool.
He goes to Arcadia.
Does he know about the album?
No, every time I
okay.
see him, I'm like, he goes to real life Arcadia.
That's trippy. Yeah, you should show him the album and see if he like catches on.
Catches on. Yeah, I mean, did you hang up flyers?
No, I didn't do that. I thought about it, but I thought it would be I thought it would be like weird to put them up in my own schools. That's why I ended up putting them in packages. People could put them up like at like more random places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, my original plan was to put the flyers up at my school, and around that campus and the other campus next to it to kind of like create fake awareness or whatever. But I just kind of never did. I ended up putting them in the packages.
And when does it come out? Wednesday?
That comes out Wednesday. What would that be? The 13th, I believe, at 8 in the morning Eastern Standard Time.
Really?
I tried to mix that one up. I put it early like American Eastern Time to make it fair for Europeans and for in the Americans' case. Hopefully, you won't be in the car before work or anything like that.
How many copies?
25 like usual, but there'll be more. In the future, I'm sure.
What, Vito?
I said that's gonna go in like 3 minutes.
Oh yeah.
25s always go so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Especially-
just hard because to make more is such like a Herculean effort.
Yeah.
Understand. Do you do them one by one, like the way that?
Yep.
I think Lost Angles, you guys do it that way, right?
Yep. Although this week I just grabbed Encarta's old tape deck and I refurbished it, so now I'm doubling it up.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can do some mashups.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I knew you were looking to get another deck. You had
Yeah.
mentioned
Well,
it.
I'm gonna replace this one with a nicer one, just because I like one that has VUs on it, and this one has the digital VU. So if I can get one with the needle, it's way nicer.
I need to invest in a nice.
I don't even know
nice
what that
one
means.
like that.
For when the input volume, there should be a little needle and a meter on it that shows how much is going in there. I like that a little bit.
Like the audio levels and everything.
LED one.
Sure.
Fine, whatever.
I thought you heard Cyberpunk asked a question.
Oh, you mean it shows the audio levels on the actual machine?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sick. Solid.
Nice.
Welcome to Tape Dumbing. Welcome to your premiere podcast about avant-garde experimental cassette culture.
I've got a really good one that only exists in my bedroom, like a demo reel of all of my modular synth jams that weren't vaporwave.
On
It's
cassette?
super weird because I sampled a lot of audiobooks off of YouTube and then just warped them. So It's a real journey.
Samir, you like cassettes?
Love them.
Love them?
Yeah.
What's your favorite cassette?
When I was a kid, I think I talked about this before. I had a
Oh.
white cassette. And
You
it was
did?
Lion King.
I swear to
Why
God, Vito, you messaged me this exact quote, I think,
What?
about the Disney.
The Disney Bedlam thing?
Yeah,
Yes. That was
That-
my introduction to 3D cats.
yeah. I think that was on. Oh, I want to say that was on episode 2.
You guys just got in an accident. I got 12% damage.
Oh shit!
That's
Intro-
never happened before.
They should make a freaking. Is there a mod where you can be a transformer?
No.
That'd be so cool. If
You can
just like-
download the Transformers truck.
Oh, like an Optimus Prime.
It's the Western Star, yeah. 5700, I think.
All right. Well, we're gonna play a track.
Didn't we say we played track like a while ago?
See, that's the thing. Like, we filled it up. We filled it. We filled the time. Yeah, we're gonna play the track "Umi," UMI, from an. It's unreleased, I guess, right? It's not out
Yes,
yet.
it comes out in what's today? The 9th?
You said that's by Life Turns?
Hold on.
It's-
No, not yet. Hold your goddamn horses.
I bought his tape last week.
Anyway, when is it? This is off the album Diner Club. When does it come out?
That comes out in 2 days from now.
2 days, so the 11th.
This is the opening track.
Opening track. It's an album by Waterfront Dining, coming out on DMT Rec, and it's a whole album of collabs.
Yes, 11 featuring artists plus Waterfront Dining.
And this is probably the best track there.
Yes, obviously. Obviously.
Opening track. You'll never guess who collabed on this one. If you can guess who it is before I say it, you
Samir?
win. It is
Tom
Samir.
Cruise.
It is.
What?
It's Waterfront Dining featuring Sid Meier's Pirates.
Amazing.
This is Umi featuring 3D Blast. Hey, check it out. Cut to that sick track. What a good track.
Signal of you pressing record again.
Shut up. Can I release the who's collabing on that album, or should I just leave it?
Yeah, I released a trailer yesterday that had all the names in it, so there's no secrets or anything with that album.
All right. Well, you just heard the one with me, 3D Blast, with the Japanese 3D Blast window. I figured out that's what that Japanese at the end of my name means. Let's see. Trademarks and copyrights.
Yes.
Cat System Corp. Right? That's how you pronounce that.
Yeah, Cat.
I ordered like
Cat
4
Corp.
tapes from him today.
Cat Corp. Human Nightmare. Replica Federation. Syllabus. This one is cut off. Dan Mason. Haircuts for Men. Life Turns. Incarta 95. The Man, the Myth. There's 2 3D cast boys on this. Nice. And then, of course, the one and only Vito. Vito,
Yes.
Japanese. What's Japanese mean?
The Japanese means originally I typed in Vito does vapor, and when I retranslated it back, the does vapor says we will make a wave of steam.
That
Oh
sounds
my God.
sick. It's
Yes.
That's so much
So
better.
it's Vito, we will make a wave of steam.
now on History Channel. Vito does vapor.
Followed by American Truck Simulator.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome back. That was a good track. Thanks. We're here to talk about Vito. This is the spotlight. I do want to ask one thing before we go into your music history. How does it feel having your artist name be the same as your real name? I hope it's not like a spoiler.
Well, I finally did this name after doing like 50 names that weren't my real name, so like I figured why not? Let's give it a shot. I haven't done any of my other monikers since, so I guess I like it. I kind of like it. It feels like my more official vaporwave project. Not that I really feel like I have one. I feel like whenever I make vaporwave, it's more just to blow off some steam. You know, I'm not really trying to
The wave of
build
steam.
something too amazing with my own albums. I prefer to find the albums that other people make.
Yeah, well, I just kind of thought it's funny because, like, everyone, more or less, if you talk about someone, they'll go, even Ozcop, who's, like, in the public eye a lot, people do call him by his first name, but, like, they generally say Ozcop or artist name, but, like, people have always been like, oh, Vito.
Yeah.
Just Vito. Like, and I was thinking, like, oh, that's weird. They call him by his real name, but then I guess your alias or music moniker is your real name. So I was like, wait, maybe they are calling him his music name.
Now they are, technically.
Yeah, but I just it was always Vito of DMT.
Now it's less confusing instead of Calusa Eisenhower of DMT. Or NASA.
Well,
of
you,
DMT.
well, you have such like a good name for like being known as that. You're not just like, I'm Dan.
It's like 18 Dans in Vaporwave.
Oh yeah, you were saying that earlier. Even Dan Mason isn't a Dan.
I know. I love that. The guy who made Miami Virtual doesn't even live in Miami. His name is Dan.
His last name isn't Mason.
Nope.
And I saw something funny. The computer he uses on his album artwork isn't a color computer.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Just
so
a world of lies.
speaking of Dan Mason, I think Dan Mason is next week on the
Really?
show, yeah.
Good.
I better call him out then.
Dan, what the Yeah, it's actually going to be a call-out cast. We're going to start being like Ozcast, or like, we're going to tide the beef over. We can have Dan Mason on here and be like, alright, Dan, get your story straight, kid. Alright, well, regular bits again. We like to go through our guests' musical history, which means like what they listened to throughout their life up until this point, and maybe how that shaped your music opinion or, you know, music views. So we like to start with early childhood stuff your like parents would play or whatever, and then maybe like middle school to like early high school, and then like late high school onwards. So, shoot.
Am I answering?
Yes.
Oh, I realized. Hey, okay, nice. I started with Smash Mouth. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
All
first
right.
album
What a
for the
place to
first
start.
2 years of not the first 2 years of life. My first 2 years that album was out.
Well,
Astro Lounge.
let's be real. You weren't living until you heard those albums.
Yeah. Early childhood, I listened to a lot of like. My parents listened to a lot of like hair metal and Bon Jovi, and both my parents are from New York, so they're pretty much the most stereotypical Italian American New Yorkers that moved to Floridians that you could ever see, basically. So they pretty much had me on all like the, like hair metal and cheesy 80s VH1 AOR type stuff. So that was pretty much all music was to me until about middle school, high school. I discovered the band Dragon Force.
Oh wow, man.
So I was really into like power metal and stuff like that for like the first half of high school and most of middle school. I kind of discovered electronic music like halfway through high school, but I didn't really listen to very much of it. And then in early adulthood or so, I kind of got over all of it, and I got really into like punk and Midwest emo and a lot of more like kind of like back to guitar-based music, but not like, I don't know. A lot of stuff that I used to listen to, like Led Zeppelin and stuff, like sounded really just stupid to me when I got to college. And I didn't discover vaporwave until about 2012 or so. I like didn't really get into music like that until about like the mid 2010s. So I guess that's my long-winded kind of rambling answer.
You say long-winded, but I'm pretty sure it's the shortest one we've had.
Really? Well, good. I was like thinking to myself, I'm speaking way too long about this.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, on the Death Dynamic episode, we had 3 people to get through, and then of course Tech made like a frickin' meat play out of his. And I love it. No, it was all cool. It was all fun. It was super fun.
Yeah, it was entrancing to listen to those two talking about their music history because, good grief, it went on forever.
That was a 3-hour episode.
Yeah,
Oh man,
amazing.
pretty much we have high standards. No, no,
And lower
What-
prices.
and lower prices. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. Do you see any like influence from what you listen to versus what you make, even if it's not like non-vaporwave?
I wouldn't say in what I make. I would say that when I got into genres like punk rock and Midwest emo in like the mid-10s, that was the first time I noticed labels. Like I just didn't really pay attention until I started with those particular. There's a lot of labels up in New England. There's like Top Shelf Records and Run for Cover Records and all that. And I didn't really notice the idea that if I just follow one label, I can discover like 15 or 20 artists that I didn't know just because I know one artist that kind of sounds like it. So I feel like when I got into punk, I got together the idea of like putting associated artists together and whatnot.
That's what I
but
was-
in terms of my own music that I make, not really, personally.
That's what I was about to say. That like you're kind of, I mean, you make great music as said
Thank
previously, but I think you look at yourself as more of a label owner. Head.
Yeah, I like the label's my main show. When I do vaporwave, it's just kind of my moonlighting, you know.
Yeah, good stuff. So yeah, if people don't know, I guess we hadn't really addressed this. You are the owner of DMT Tapes Florida, also known as DMT Rec
Yes, sir.
Records. I guess one of the most popular vaporwave labels, I guess, right?
I hope so. It is
Yeah. One of the most well-known, I guess. Definitely. If you're in the vaporwave scene and don't know DMT, you're doing it wrong. So, I mentioned earlier off recording that like we could talk about Waterfront and his he just recently announced that he was leaving. He was helping you run DMT Rec previously, and now he was like, "I'm out." And do you want to speak on that? Whether just
Well, he's not out of vaporwave, and
Right.
he and we talk like nearly every day still. So there was not a falling out or anything like that. He basically helped me out immensely with both the giving artists their royalties and with helping out like the pages on the rec. He helped with genre tags. He would add relevant information like Bandcamps and SoundClouds. Then he would help me find new artists and whatnot. He basically is revving up to be like Waterfront Dining 2.0 right now. He's got so much in the pipeline that he's working on, and I completely understand why he wanted to take a step back from doing label stuff, because I mean, we do at least 2 albums a week since we started in September, so there's a lot of music that he's got to promote in addition to being Waterfront Dining when he was doing that with us. So I understand that he wants to step back and just be WD for now, you know, like, I mean, I don't know if you've heard, he just did another self-release called New Horizon.
Yeah.
March. Very good. Oh my god. It's amazing. And he's got, I don't actually want to say because I'm not sure what he wouldn't want me to say, but he does have a lot coming up. I think he's releasing on Elemental 95. I could be wrong. But Diners Club in 2 days, that's the big collab. And hopefully a lot more self-releases from him too. So he's not leaving Vaporwave. Some people got the misconception.
Yeah, this is a good
Horizon would be a last album, but no. Just he's still very much a part of this whole thing.
I just feel like people when they see stuff like, oh, these people he's leaving or he's splitting or I'm out of Vaporwave, people think it's like there's like bad blood or something. But no.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like that. He's fantastic. I love Waterfront.
Waterfront's great.
It's great.
He was planned to be on this episode, but
yeah, he was.
He was like, yeah, I'm not gonna. It's not really my thing, and I was like, okay, you're good. Then I cried. Shouts out Waterfront. He's on my album too, and it's the good ass song.
Is it the one that's on SoundCloud?
Yeah,
I like that song a lot.
me too. Thank you. No. I have a problem. Sometimes people will be like, "Oh, I like that show," or "I like that song." I'll just go awesome instead of saying like "thank you," just because I feel like it's so awesome that you're even saying that to me. And I'll just be like, "What? That's crazy."
No, I understand.
And I'll be like, "Oh wait, I mean thank you." Awesome. You better like it. You'd be an idiot not to. Anyways, I guess this kind of overlaps some of the questions we have, but DMT has been in the spotlight a little bit with the recent, I guess you're calling it Bandcamp vandalizing.
I guess so. Bandcamp told me in their support email that they believe it's a bug. I definitely don't believe it was a bug because it happened to 2 different Bandcamps I run when I run more than 2 of them. So if it was, something that just happened on accident, I don't think it would have happened to both the FL and the Rec. But basically what happened was I woke up one morning and found out we were out of download credits, which has not happened since like the 2nd month of doing DMT. And we had about 5,000 of them between 2 accounts, which is a little over $100 of them. So it was like, oh no, where'd all the free music go? Especially since when you run out of download credits on Bandcamp, it makes every album $7. Not $1, which would be at least easy. $7. So a few people, I had a couple of angry emails because, a couple people do think that was intentional. So that morning I had to do a little damage control, but once I got the message out that it was unintentional, nobody really gave a shit for it, which was...
I feel like if you were into, like, the scene, and you went to DMT, which is, like I said, a popular, well-known label, and you went and they're like, oh, all the albums cost money now. Then you'd go to, like, your Facebook and see no post. You'd be like, oh, maybe it's wrong?
Yeah.
Like, the first thing I'd do wouldn't be like, what the fuck? I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh man, something must have happened.
Yeah, me neither. But I guess just out of everyone that saw, there were those 2 or 3 people that were like, fuck this guy. I am sending him my most strongly worded email of all time. And I got a few of those emails.
How dare you give me free music for like three or so years?
Only a year and a half.
Year and a half. I don't know how old DMT is. DMT didn't start until I was on there.
It's true.
No. You're not allowed to agree with me.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I guess I'm not entirely sure. I probably should have asked you if we should talk about this before we recorded. But do you want to? You guys were hit with I guess a copyright claim. I guess.
Kind of, yes. We received our first message from an artist who was sampled, who was unhappy to hear that they were sampled. I'm not going to say the artist just because I don't want
Sure.
to message that artist, but they were very to the point. They just said, your artist has done a track of ours. They didn't have permission to do so. Please take it down. They worded it in a way that said, your artist has been making money off of this track, where I wanted to very quickly say, no, they haven't. This whole EP has made like $6 in several months. So, I mean, yeah, I guess $1 was made on your behalf, but I mean, we're not in it for the money, you know? So, but they asked me to take it down. I did it, no questions asked. The next day, they actually responded to me. I didn't coerce them or anything, but
Yeah, I saw your response. You posted
Yeah,
it. And it was very tame.
I wasn't expecting them to message me back. I just kind of accepted that we'd probably have, you know, every now and then we'd have to take a track down if an artist wasn't happy. But they said we could put it back up as long as the artist doesn't make money off of it. So we just set it to free download instead of name your own price for that particular EP.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it worked out. I think, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we receive something else like that one day, and you know we don't get a "it's okay."
Yeah,
But
that's good on both parties, really.
I hope so, because I've never had to deal with that before, and I was thinking of every reply that I could have given, and I thought the artist was a little unreasonable at first. They said something like, "We don't consider slowing down an entire track and releasing it to be a remix," and I don't either, but I don't think that this track was that. There was definitely some music added to the track that wasn't just slowing it down, you know?
Yeah.
So I was a little offended, but I wanted to keep my cool as much as possible since I wasn't in the right, you know? I'm running the page. I should at least be compliant with artists that aren't coming through us, that have been used sample-wise or in whatever way they feel like it was a infringement. But there wasn't anything official. It wasn't like we got a strike on a YouTube, or it wasn't like Bandcamp told us that they deleted our track for infringement, which I'm very, very grateful for. That would have sucked in a whole new way, you know.
So I was talking about this with Encarta and Hex. We believe there's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
That you might recently know the whole Dream Catalog is against samples. And now DMT gets hit with a strike and all the download credits gets taken. We think it's Dream Catalog, 100%.
Well, notice Dream Catalog was trying to say it was Bandcamp themselves that did. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, you could say that. But I just want to say, doesn't Dream Catalog still use samples in
Who
new
knows?
albums?
They change the rules every day.
Yeah, which is cool.
Like very reliant on samples for his sound.
I noticed that his own music, how do I address him without it being, do I say HKE?
Yeah, even though on the DDS episode they said his name, and I was like, I don't care.
I know that HKE doesn't really, he sounds like a future garage artist to me at this point. I love him. I love what he does. I love the sounds he makes. So I wish that other artists on Dream Catalog could sound like him too, but I mean, I noticed there's still a lot of sounds that sound like old vaporwave, like that one track album. What was it, by Rough 31 or something? That kind of sounded like classic vaporwave, like the kind of thing you'd find on early Dream Catalog, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like
there's
still samples every now and then, and I appreciate that because it still has that vapey feel. Although I like what he does with the whole dream music. I mean, I don't know what you consider Dream Catalog subgenre-wise at this point, but I've listened to DC since before starting DMT, so whenever there's anything new, I get excited, you know? Even if it's maybe not what
it would be a Treatment 32 by Rough Doug, by the way.
Yes. I liked that. Like, no, go on.
No, sorry, that was just agreeing.
No. I thought that, I'm very picky with one-track albums, but that was very good. I really liked that.
I just feel like
it seemed that you could skip to any point in the song, and it felt like a different song.
I feel like you could have just split it up. I don't get why you would do one track, because it's just kind of like, well, now I can't skip it or go through it.
Yeah.
Sometimes vaporwave, like artistic vision sometimes annoys me. I'm just like,
Well-
couldn't you have just named that track in English and Japanese? Now I can't search it on my phone.
One of the
Like
people
there's
here.
this one indie band that I listened to called Portugal the Man, and they had an album a while ago, like an EP called "It's Complicated Being a Wizard," and it consisted of two tracks, or no, it consisted of one track, and then all the rest of the tracks were just that track split up. So it was like one 23-minute track, and then every track after that was the same track, but with spaces. And it was like, well, why'd you even have the first one?
That's a
I
weird
know how to not skip them. Like,
Yeah, that is weird. What were you?
I did a one track for us actually.
See, this is one of those times where he's probably not here. Wait for it. Ready? New tight?
He's gonna come back and he's gonna go, "Oh, you guys are still going?"
Oh yeah, that happened. I was like,
You guys are still here?
he's the funniest fucking guy, isn't he?
Yes.
Forgot you guys were here. What's up?
We were talking about one track albums, and we talked about your one track album on DMT.
Oh, actually, it was called. I think it was called Fantasy Deluxe, wasn't it?
I think it was your 420 name.
Or yeah, it was.
420 forever.
Yeah, it had some different name. But yeah, that was actually it was like a bunch of it was actually inspired by like The Sopranos in a weird way.
Really?
Like every song in there was actually in the show The Sopranos at one point.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
I actually sampled one straight out of the show because I couldn't find it on YouTube, so I had to just record it like off the TV.
You're gonna get a cease and desist from Tony himself.
But yeah, I actually really like that. It's a bunch of like '90s and like '80s like hip hop samples and shit like that. I'm kind of forgetting now. I just remember it has that one like TLC track or some shit on there.
We say it's a one-track album.
Yeah, but it's like 25 minutes long.
Why?
It's more meant to be like a radio broadcast.
Oh, okay.
It's more meant to be like a broken transmission, like radio like 25-minute like radio thing.
Sure.
You get it or no?
I got it, man.
Okay.
Summer
I forgot
nights.
you guys were even here.
You're a butt. 420 Deluxe, that's what it's called.
That's
Summer,
right.
Summer
That's
Nights
right.
Mega Mix.
Summer Nights Mega Mix. That's right. And actually, the cover is from the movie Belly. If you guys have ever seen that.
Nope.
And there's actually that's another project that I made that has like 5 different covers to it.
Yes.
Like I think like there's
You let me
there's
pick your favorite if I remember right.
Yep, that's right. That's right. I think there's
Yes.
actually 3, and then I let Vito pick one, and then I have a different one on my thing, and there's a different one in like the download bonus or something like that.
A lot of fun covers. I remember, I was talking to I think it's Human Nightmare. He does like art and stuff. I think he did. I hope I'm not mixing up like artists with the real life people because he messaged me on Facebook, so it wasn't under his name. He did the art for the Comfort Zone Telepath remix album, and was like, "Do you want one for the back cover?" And I was like, "When are you gonna see a back cover of a Bandcamp download?" He's like, "I don't know. I always have them." And I was like, "When are you gonna see a back cover for a Bandcamp download?"
Dude, the whole reason I got into all this stuff was just like for the art, and then eventually it kind of flipped the other way, and like I wanted to do the music versus the art. Like I don't know, it's weird.
The first thing I remember about you was the cover for the Fantasy Deluxe album artwork.
Yeah.
Before I even hit play, I was like, "Oh man, I need this guy." And then I heard you. I was like, "Oh, thank God, his music's good too."
Yeah, that's like one of my best covers. Even like a lot of people mentioned, like Oscar mentioned that too.
There was a
like, when I
thread
saw
about
that.
that cover when I found out about you. The whole
Oh yeah, I forgot about
cover.
that.
It was by Sephora from Business Casual. And
That's cool.
yeah, I think he was the one that posted it.
Yeah, I think someone was saying about like the proper way to use like a Roman bust or something like that. Something weird. But yeah, anyways, yeah, like the whole reason I got into all of that was for just making the artwork. That's what I thought was so fun about all of it, which I still do,
People love your art's just the best. I remember, well, obviously, I Promise Girl on DMT. Like, I forget what I said. Someone asked about the artwork for that, and I was like, "It's not by the guy who did Pioneer." So, I'm sorry. I guess it must have been. I was talking to someone. It must have been you or Waterfront. I guess it probably was you, Vito. Maybe, I don't know. Or this conversation never happened.
We're just making all this up for the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome.
Anything else to talk about DMT? They're cool. Honestly, like, you can hear Vito's, like, intensive interview on Ozcast. And we're not that kind of show. We just like to fuck around with some pretty boys and record it.
XXX.
XXX the decimal. Yes. Oh
Plus
man.
latex the decimal.
Latex the decimal.
Yeah. Oh, I was waiting to use that one. God damn it.
Ah, shit. Pulled out.
Great. Well,
Yeah, there's nothing we can't fix a decimal. It's not really. It's one of those off rhymes.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count a decimal.
Take it out.
oh well.
All right. Well, let's play another track, and then we'll come back with intensive Twitter questioning. So this is a DMT release called. Oh shit! I forget which one is the album. It's
Fly off.
Fly Off is the album name. Sorry, Fly Off by Life Turns, and this is the track Automatic. What is the general vibe with this track?
General vibe of this track.
Or just like, yeah, talk about, I don't know, do you know, like, what do you know about this album?
This
Because
album,
it's not by anybody here.
let's say. Well, when I discovered Life Turns, I instantly went to Waterfront Dining and I was like, dude, is this you? Because he sounded so much like Waterfront Dining. And it wasn't. But he very quickly asked him to do collab stuff, and then we got him on DMT. So, I mean, Waterfront always would tag his albums with stuff like vapor funk and stuff like that, which are like not really subgenres, but you'll see. So he really has a very classic sound to him. He's got the synth funk R&B kind of samples going on. I don't know what he's doing to create like the noisy kind of atmosphere, because it's not like noise, but
Right.
he's got kind of like almost like a staticky sound that he adds to some of his samples that
Cassette emulation?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like a phaser. It doesn't sound like a love filter. It just I don't know what he does to it, but I heard samples that I hear from other vaporwave songs, but they sound like otherworldly inside of Life Turns. So I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing it right.
We're about to check that out
Yes.
right now. Oh, Samir. Samir needs his own show.
It's all right.
Smearcast.
Nah, that's all right. Honestly, I've been trying to get Samir to do his own show for like a year or two.
I feel like it's self-destruction itself.
That's
My,
why it'd be
uh,
hilarious. My
my fellow- the guy who got into the car crash on the way to help me, Scott.
yeah. Shouts out car crashes.
Yeah, he suggested a couple of podcast names.
Oh, for
and-
years.
Yeah, for hours, and I was like, no to both of them. But I would like to see a podcast with these names. So, first one was Casual Encounters,
That's totally Samir's show.
and then the other one, I think this one's like the best one, was Strictly Platonic.
Those are great. Those are great.
Good.
I think I said it last episode. How Comfort Zone has become like a podcast label.
Yeah.
So if you want to do Strictly Platonic or the other one, what was the other one? Keep it
Casual encounters.
Casual Encounters.
What were you about to say?
Keep it casual. That's what I forgot.
I feel like if Business Casual ever does a podcast,
Yeah.
Business Casual Encounters.
What if all the labels did
something like that.
podcasts? Well, let's do. What would Dream Catalog's podcast be called? Business Casuals is Keep It Casual. That's one.
Dream Catalog would be like Hardcast or
Dreamcast.
what shit can we start this week?
Oh, shit. What shit?
Controversial opinions.
What shit can we start this week? That's so funny.
It's nothing personal against HK or Wise.
I know.
I just feel like they're always at the center of like whenever there's shit going on.
I know. Dream Couch.
Dream Couch.
A round table, they just hang out and play video games.
It would be like a Let's Play, but in podcast form, so you lose everything that would be enjoyable about a Let's Play.
Would you watch HKE do a Let's Play?
Yes.
Yes.
What game would he let's play?
Oh God, what would he Let's Play?
Nights into Dreams.
Nice.
Too
Samir.
obvious.
Samir with the reference.
You'd have to pick like a super obscure one and be like confused why other people haven't heard of it.
Wow. 2814, the game.
Or no, he would he could do a Let's Play of the Jade Statues game.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Anyone in the Vaporwave scene would do that game.
Yeah, like have you ever seen gameplay from that game? We've probably talked about this before, but like
I think we talked about it last episode.
LSD.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so cool.
My
I
friend
really
has
wish
played
there was
that.
like a HD remake of that.
HK Remix. HK E-Make. That's what it would be called. HK
Yeah,
E-Make.
that's- No.
HKX. No, nothing against Dream Catalog. I still listen and look in awe.
Oh yeah, that
if-
Japanese Hell Trap one was pretty darn cool.
Hell yeah. I'd love to have you on the podcast, HKE. Just get back to me whenever you hear this. Anyways, let's get off this topic before I really say something.
Me too.
Let's do Twitter questions. Oh boy. Really dug myself into a hole. Here we go. We got questions from Twitter.
Would you say that whole? No, never mind. Doesn't work. I forgot the definition.
Holy shit.
Go ahead.
What? What was that supposed to be?
Well, that was like an air conditioner I heard in the background. Wasn't me. Oh, that was.
I think it was someone doing a dab. That was Samir doing drugs.
Oh, not yet.
Anyways, Twitter questions before you said something about a hole.
Yeah, I tried, but I didn't have it.
All right.
I was gonna say, would you say that hole is convex? But I forgot that's the opposite. I would mean
Convex.
concave, because then I would have said
Convexadecimal. All right. All right.
When you use that one for like 2 hours?
You're forgiven.
Sorry, Twitter questions.
Yeah. Anyways, I received most of these Twitter questions via text to Decimal.
Damn it!
Just like, one up. That's my name, one up blast. 3 up blast.
One up boy.
One up blast. Oh man. You know what my favorite cereal is?
No.
Chex.
New type
Decimal.
420.
Chex a decimal. New type 420 a decimal.
The stupidest joke.
I got
Send
a package recently.
Did you?
Yeah, and I got it through FedEx a decimal.
Was it a Simmerth tape?
No.
No, it was sold out when I tried to get it.
This is the best joke. If you got any more blank a decimal, tweet them at me or send them to ask3dblast@gmail.com. Same thing if you want to ask a question on the podcast, be sure to tweet at me or go to that email, ask3dblast@gmail.com. Thank you. Anyways.
10-4 text. A decimal.
Dude, this is the best. There's some new tech, a decimal.
Is anybody excited for the new for the Pokemon Sun and Moon games? I can't wait to fill up my Pokedex decimal.
There it is.
There it is.
Nice
Okay.
and weak, but it's out there now. So,
Hey, you got it.
yeah,
That's all that
Yeah, I
matters.
got it.
it's all that matters. Sorry, Twitter questions.
These are the
Welcome to this show. Yeah, we got a question from, I guess their name is Roxary. They say, how I think this is phrased wrong, but how do the albums on the label go from concept to release? And then in parentheses, serious question. I don't know. That wasn't phrased like a joke. I don't know.
yeah. I would have answered that seriously.
I would answer that.
Yeah.
What?
Although, I mean, if I understand the question right, they're saying how do albums on DMT go from concept to album?
And this is what I was wondering is like, does
Well-
this have to be like specific to DMT? Couldn't this be any artist? How
I would say so because we don't have anything really special in terms. I mean, we've got over like 100 artists now. I'd say some
Yeah.
artists are really intensive about coming up with a concept and a theme,
Right.
but some artists don't at all. Some artists will admit to me, "Look, I just kind of sat down and I kept picking samples until I found ones that worked, and I don't even know half the samples I used, but I like what I made." Like I'll get guys like that just kind of do it in like session-based vaporwave almost,
Yeah.
Some people have actually worked on concepts from like the very first track to sending some kind of submission to me. Like I've gotten submissions that are in character before, which are a little weird.
Oh yeah.
Like they won't say, "Hey, I'm this person. I want to release an album with this theme." Like they will message me as I can't think of. I mean, I can think of one, but I don't want to give the person away. But somebody was like they messaged me saying that they were an angel.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was like, oh, but like,
I
mean,
think I can guess who that was.
they didn't
Samir.
release. I didn't release for them. They ended
Definitely
up releasing on another label. So I was like, oh look, they found someone to respond to them in character too. So I don't know. Every now and then I'll get some people that are very serious about their concept. Some people have no concept at all when it comes to their albums. For me, when I've done my own recordings for DMT, I usually come up with a concept and then I come up with a artist moniker to go with the concept, which is why I have so many of them. So, I mean, they're not anything that's super serious or anything, but, ones like Suncoast Parkway that I did, all the titles have to be, like, exits that are local to, like, highways that are within, like, 15 miles of me, for instance. And I would pick music that I have burned to, like, my CDRs and whatnot to make Vaporwave out of. So, like, that would be the concept behind that project. But then there's some that are literally, like, there's no concept at all. I would just say free for all. Just record what you want, pick whatever genres for the samples, etc. So, if that answers the question, then nice. If it doesn't, I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I go, like it's usually like sometimes I'll feel a certain style and make like 2 or 3 tracks, and then I'll be like, oh, they kind of like fit together in like some. Like for Promise Girl, for example, I made the song First Sight like months before I put together that album. I made that track, and then like I think Hot Spring Love was actually for a Commercial Dreams compilation.
Mm.
And then I had that track. I had the First Sight track, and I made another track, and I was like, these are all kind of like anime and like love themed. And then I was like, I'll just do a whole thing that tells a story.
That
And
was really
bada boom. Thanks. Awesome.
Yeah, I was
Thanks.
gonna say that was too modest.
Thank you. It's a great. It should be on cassette eventually. I don't know.
Through who?
Aloe City, but it's been a while.
Nice. That'll be cool though.
Yes.
Dante.
Yes. I have that cassette.
Me too. That was my first cassette.
Really?
Took me till the very end of
You
2015.
don't have any cassettes?
I do now, but that was my first one. I didn't get Spells until my third cassette. With Love was my second. So I have Melt Plus by Dante, With Love by Waterfront and Corp, Spells by Waterfront. The new Corp one that just came out, it's all in Japanese. His new Mallsoft one that came out in March. Miami Virtual, of course, just came. And which one am I forgetting? Sprung by Waterfront from No Problema tapes.
Huh.
That's
Is there a
my-
reason you held off?
I don't have a cassette player, so I was less enthusiastic since I knew I couldn't hear them. So, like, I mean, I found out that I can hear them if I go to my grandpa's house, but, like, you know, I don't really have one, so I'm less enthusiastic knowing I can't hear the cassettes. They'll just torture me on the shelf.
To be fair, I'm literally just a collector, and I just like supporting the artist and having it in physical form. And then I download it and listen to it.
Now that I have them, I wish I'd been collecting them for way longer, since there's some I know I'll never, ever get to have.
Oh, I know.
That sucks a lot.
Did you guys see that new one off the new Pega one on?
Oh yeah,
Oh, I did.
Cool.
those are hand painted, man. Those are
Yeah,
dope.
they're like hand marble swirl painted, and then the J card is transparent.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That on is his page or through a label?
Yeah. He posted it on. It's like up and active. I don't know if they're still available. They
I
might
was-
be gone because they're fucking cool.
I was gonna cop one, I was gonna grab one, but then like I felt like, as much as I like Pega, I'm not like the big I don't listen to like everything that they've done. I just haven't, just because I just haven't. And I really liked the new one, the newest thing that's not this one. There's one, it's called like Overcast, I think. I really like that, and I was like, oh, I could buy one, but then I feel like there's someone else who wants this way more than I do.
Yeah, they're still available. So.
Well, I guess not. Shouts out, go buy it. They look amazing.
A bunch left or something. I don't know. I assume a bunch because I can still technically buy one right now if I wanted to.
Go get those. If they're still in stock, those are slamming looking tapes. And if it's Pega, it's got to be good music.
Yeah.
That's our official 3D cast endorsement.
Yeah. And then what else did I get recently? I got. Did you see that one that high school drama teacher had posted the other day?
No.
It was like a KK Slider themed harsh noise split.
Oh, sick.
I mostly got it because the music was awful. It was terrible, but I got a tape of it because it was like a white tape with like green speckles, sort of like an Animal Crossing theme. And I was like, this is too weird to like not get.
I got a copy of the Sonic Adventure 2 remastered. I don't know if you are aware of what that album is.
I don't know.
Where?
It is not what you think it is, unless you do know what it is.
I don't.
Oh man. Hold up, let me go to my email and see if I can link it to everybody. If 2047 showed me this.
Okay. All right, so I can
Off
see
to a
what's
great
going.
start. Oh man, hold on. I forget what it's called. It's like Sonic Adventure 2 something remastered. It's mostly a joke album, but it's got a couple remixes that are like really good. And I just thought it was funny, and I like Sonic and stuff.
I would have to assume that if anybody like made a joke album of that OST, it would only consist of City Escape. The only song anybody knows off that soundtrack.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Well, I mean, I know them all.
It's not like I know every
I
single
really
song.
like that OST, but
What was it
That's just
called?
me.
Hold on. Sonic Adventure 2 Greatest Hits Revisited.
Oh my god.
Look that up.
Link that in the Skype, if you will.
Yeah, hold on. Look it up. It's sonicisreal.bandcamp.com. Yeah, I have this on tape. I got an email. It is being shipped to me.
Hilarious.
So, yeah, check that out.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
this is beautiful.
I love the album art.
Yeah, the album artwork's
Great.
great.
Here we go.
Terrific.
So, yeah, why did I bring that up? Oh, you said something about joke albums. Or that
Yeah,
Animal
yeah.
Crossing album.
I also no, the only other one that I ordered was Sim Earth, which I managed to get at the last second.
Oh, shit.
I got the one of two that were left when I refreshed the page. Because
Nice.
he had like two widgets that were like the buy spot, and I like kept refreshing the page looking at the old one, thinking that it would transform into like added 50 more. But no, he just added another widget entirely for buy now. So I wasn't even looking at it when I kept refreshing the page, and 3 minutes had passed, so they were all gone.
Oh, like when he did the second run, you mean?
Yeah, and I was so
Yeah.
close to missing it.
Man, if only he was here.
Yeah.
He could maybe talk about it, but
Yeah.
Jesus.
Got a way to beat. Right, so. Did you guys get the Game Wave by Floor Baba tape, by the way?
No.
Yeah, he put out.
I don't
Did
have-
you guys hear that one, by the way?
I like
No.
it a lot.
Oh, so good. It's like the whole album is sort of like this dancey slash trappy album that uses a lot of like N64 sounds, and it's like super well mixed. Like it's really like housey, I guess. It sounds awesome.
All right, you gotta have
But,
to link that to me.
Yeah. But I got a sweet tape of it, and it's like a purple transparent shell. It looks gorgeous. Sitting on the top of my pile right now, looking dapper.
It's sitting on the top of my garbage can. Outdated media. All right, cool.
Who uses cassettes?
Game Wave. Cool. I'll check it out. Anyways, let's get back to Twitter questions. Kind of went on
Yeah.
a little tangent
Oh
there.
yeah, Twitter question.
Oh, yeah. I mentioned this one before we started. Unknown caller wants to know, what will change with DMT under the Sanders administration?
Bold move.
Yeah. What's going to happen?
We're gonna break up the big labels. I don't know.
We're going to build a wall between Canada and Florida.
I don't know. I'll probably if I mean, not to make this political podcast, I'll probably be so energetic if that happens. You'll just see like 200 albums every half week, probably.
I think the funniest thing about your Twitter is that it's all politics.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Is I made it as a Twitter to do things that weren't related to vaporwave,
Yeah.
and like 2 vaporwave people found it and followed me. So then like 40 vaporwave people followed me. So
Alright.
now every now and then I'll get like a scolding message from like a vaporwave artist that happens to be like a super hardcore Ted Cruz supporter. But you know,
Man.
it's mostly most people don't get too pissed at me.
When I followed you, it says like it's just my personal thing. It's not even like related or something to
Yeah.
vaporwave, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Every now and then I'll post a vaporwave track though. Now that I have like so many of you on there.
So many of us, dirty, dirty. All right. Also, and I wasn't sure what the second half of this meant, but he says also tell us about death chants, breakdowns, and military waltzes. Is
That's
that?
an album by John Fahey.
Oh, I thought.
No, that's just a. I'm trying to think of where I have it listed that I love that album, that was even seen. But no, that's just a 1963 American primitivism instrumental folk album that I got really obsessed with right around the time of starting DMT. So when a lot of the early ambient albums, like the ones that have like acoustic guitar and whatnot, either it was that from that album a sample or other albums I found because I was into that album. So that's what that is. Nothing related to vapor or anything too exciting.
Well,
Despite the name.
We'll
The
cut
name
that out
doesn't
then.
Sound very cryptic.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you, unknown caller. for those very interesting questions. I also want to say, like, before we go on, I just really want to thank everybody who does send in questions, because that's amazing. Just, I mean, I was very prepared for no questions ever. And it turned into a full third segment. So thank you. I really like, some of these people ask questions every week, and it's amazing. So thank you. Anyways, before I start crying, Reef Frequent asks, I think we touched on this a little bit. Did you ever figure out who did that mass download, and what's the game plan from here with having no more free downloads? Kind of touched on that you fixed it.
Well, we don't know who did it. I don't care to find out. I kind of hope I don't. But luckily, we have all of our download credits returned to us. I was able to submit some Bandcamp support tickets, and both times it happened, they were able to see that there were like... I mean, at one point, I caught it live while it was happening, and it was like 11:55, 600 downloads, 11:56, 670 downloads, 11:57. Like, it was like it would go up maybe by like several dozen per minute. So they could see that on Bandcamp, and they were like, no, these aren't real downloads. You can have them back, which is, thank God. But we do have mirrors now, because I am afraid of it happening again. And if it does happen again, it won't be like last time, because we'll have the music up for free somewhere, at least, as opposed to people thinking it now costs $7.
It's probably better just to do that every time a new album comes out, instead of waiting until you have 100 releases.
Oh yeah, I added today for the new Life Turns, I added the mirror for the first time since putting the mirrors up on release day. So I'll just make that a new habit now to always upload it 2 places.
Well, all right. Good, I think, right?
Thanks.
Untitled Specifics asks, do you hate Florida as much as everyone else seemingly does?
I mean, I'm sick of it. I'm trying to move to Colorado.
Right.
I would love to. I've never... Farthest away from where I live right now, which this is where I was born, I lived in Tallahassee, Florida, which is obviously still in Florida, but it doesn't really feel like Florida. It kind of feels more like... I don't know. There's no palm trees. There's no... There's not a lot of old people. It's mostly young people going to school and whatnot. I loved that. And I really want to... I'd love to base my label out of a place like that. Even if I even lived in Tallahassee, I think I'd be a little bit better off, and I probably would not be so glum.
It would inspire you.
Yeah, absolutely. But Florida's okay. There's so many different shades of Florida. You've got little hick counties that have, just as much of the South in it as any other state like Mississippi. But then you've got some places that are just retirement communities, like... The town I live in, I believe the median age is like 55.
Oh, snap.
So, like, it's just... You just kind of feel like you're living in a tomb with lots of empty strip malls, pretty much. That's
pretty much vaporwave.
It is, yeah.
So it sounds like the perfect place.
It is.
Is it a common thing that people hate Florida?
I mean... I've known people to make fun of Florida my whole life. It's kind of just... In my particular case, though, I know a lot of people that really like to get down on my hometown, Newport Richey, which is known as... I think we had the highest pregnancy rate highest teenage pregnancy rate and the highest dropout rate for high schoolers.
Damn.
Yeah. We have like a lot of very dubious honors for the entire state of Florida, for just my county. So it's kind of like we live in an especially crappy bubble here. I think if you live in Miami, you're probably having a much happier time, or at least Atlantic Florida, as opposed to crap retirement Gulf Coast Florida.
Well, that's strange. I don't even think MP3 Neptune asked this question, but I'm going to ask it because he did the last 3 episodes, and it's just a regular thing. He always asks if you eat mac and cheese with a fork or a spoon.
Oh, a fork, for sure, because I lose them off my spoon, especially with the little... I always eat the corkscrew ones.
Yes.
I love this question.
Ones are the best.
You can't get a very big pile of them in the spoon, but you can, fork the shit out of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Same wavelength right here.
This is the best question. Thank you, MP3
Never
Neptune. I
felt
love
more
that.
connected with another human being.
Oh yeah. All right. Thank you for not asking that question. Curious asks, what is it like having 1 million aliases?
It's kind of fun. It's grown. I'm not as excited as I used to be about it. I used to get like super excited when I'd come up with a new artist moniker. I could like be driving or some shit, be like, oh my god, I have to do that when I get home. I have to open up FL Studio and make like 8 tracks just to make it real. But now, I mean, I've really settled into the Vito parentheses, we will make a wave of steam project. So, I mean, I miss doing a new artist moniker every week, but it's kind of fun to look back at the list and be like, oh yeah, I did this one, and this one, and this one, and holy shit, this one.
That's gonna be Samir one day. He's gonna look back and be like, "Oh, look at that! Remember Sid Meier's?
Yeah, that's the only one.
Remember Sid Meier's Pirates? Cortex Client? Something
Whopper
renewed.
Jr.
Was it
I don't know.
Whopper Jr.?
Hey, that's gonna be one.
Write it down, Hex.
That's Little Mac Tonight one. Little Mac Tonight
Yeah.
and Junior.
Oh my God, Vito and Samir split coming out.
Sounds like a rap album.
Little Meg Tonight and Whopper Jr. Fetty Whopper. Did you write it down, Hex?
Yeah.
Good. Whopper Jr. Holy shit. I know he was making a joke. You don't really have 1 million. You have like 50, do we say?
Million.
I'm pretty sure it's close to 50.
Yeah.
My newest one, I just did a split with Java EXE and Personified. I did F:/Port Richie, like if Port Richie was like a hard drive in the F project.
If Port Richie was a hard drive. I
Yeah.
love Vaporwave.
It came from the original title of USB Port Richie, and I was like, nah, not that. I revamped it.
Sick. All right, and 2047. I mean, sure. He asks, how many personas do you have?
How many fursonas?
Yeah. Did you not catch that earlier when I mentioned it?
That's right. I've got no fursonas, I'm afraid.
See, that's what I said. I said that furries don't exist.
So then there's like always something to look forward to, you know? Like,
Yeah.
if you run out, if the well has dried up artistically, you can always make a fursona, and then the world just seems a little bit brighter.
I think I know. I know a label that's currently looking for artists.
Be pro-fur.
No, yeah, there actually is an album. There is a label. Do you not know about that? Vaporfur?
In favor for.
I think they listen to this show, and so I'm probably gonna get an email from them. I don't know. Anyways,
And what email would they send it to?
ask3dblast@gmail.com. They already did before. That's why I'm saying it. I'm actually opening it because I don't think anyone sent me it. Sent me anything, but I'm just gonna open it just in case.
Just gotta see.
I do. Real quick. Sorry, I probably should have asked the question before I did this.
It'll all just be like spam. For sure.
If you want me to take up some time, I can.
Just, I think just 2 from Vaporfur.
That's it.
Anyways, the Vapor Prince himself, Nathan, asks, will a DMT ever do a physical release? And then when?
I mean,
And like, you can just say what you said before.
yeah. I mean, as us, no. We do syndicate tapes to labels like Lost Angles here. We've done them with Aloe City. We've done them with No Problema Tapes. I feel like I'm forgetting one. But we mostly... I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to making a cassette, but more importantly, I really, really hate having to deal with customer service. And the idea of selling cassettes and one of them going wrong and having to get angry emails and shit, like, that's not me, man, you know?
That's like my life every day.
Do you really get like emails that are like, what the fuck, dude?
I don't get like angry emails. I get like I'll get like the occasional like it's been like 2 weeks and it hasn't arrived, and I'll be like, well, just wait another week and then hit me up. Mail is really slow. Or that's usually the most common one. I find that like if you're doing like a tape label, you absolutely have to account for shit that gets lost in the mail. Because god damn it happens all the time. It sucks.
Oh.
It's the worst for like limited edition albums too, because
You only
if
bought
it gets
50
lost
of
in the mail, you can't really replace it.
What do you do?
Oh, you're fucked.
Oh god.
if it hasn't really happened to me where I've sent out like a limited edition tape and I haven't had any backups, but if that was the case, I would just refund them, or I would like try to send them something else like with
That's-
their permission.
That's so scary, though. Someone could lie so easily and just say,
I
that,
know.
Oh, I know,
but
but
oh man,
it's like
I was when I was thinking about it back when people were talking about like how to make tapes and whatnot. I was just like, yeah, but what if someone says they didn't get it? Like I could never verify it, and then I would be skeptical, and they would be telling the truth, and then here I am ripping people off. Like
yeah.
So
Yeah. It's pretty much
it's easier to keep everything digital.
Lost Angles, you've made a mistake. What we're trying to say,
Done.
what I'm trying to say is we need more net labels. We're gonna need more of those
We don't
ASAP.
have enough.
We don't have it. I don't know a single
I
one.
think there's like 2 net labels.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's me and there's who else?
I think it's just DMT.
You're
It's
right.
DMT tapes and then DMT rec.
Oh
Yeah.
Those are the two. Those are the only
Those
two
are
net labels.
I'll start one,
no, don't you dare!
please. I want to name it Deep Cover Gecko.
Deep cover gecko.
DCG.
DCG. Samir, I will start deep cover gecko with you.
I'm just gonna add that real quick. to the list.
Deep cover gecko. Whopper Jr. All right. So the second part of that question was when. When will DMT never do one? When will you not do one? Right
we
now.
won't not do one today.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway,
my
all
head.
right. Yeah.
Decode this.
For what it's
Alright.
worth, I get a lot of artists who have never released through us who will ask us. They'll send us like a demo, and then they'll say, "Hey, I would like 50 cassettes. Please get Lost Angles to do them for us." I'd be like, "Excuse me, why would I just do that? Like, as if I just have to say the word and a cassette run comes out."
You know,
I've gotten that at least 3 times. People say, "Hey, can you get Lost Angles to just like do me 50 cassettes?" Like, no, I
Oh my
can't.
God.
I'm not Lost Angles.
I do have to like commend like when we were trying to set up my release. That was my first release on a label, was on the DMT, and you were very helpful, because I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do right now, and you're like, just do this, this, and this, and I was like, all right, cool.
I don't do this all the time. Don't worry, I'll be gentle.
And what's funny is that you were on Ozcast, and I knew from the start that DMT tapes did not produce tapes.
Yeah.
100%. I was like, they do not produce tapes. And then I did my album. You were on Ozcast, and you were like, we don't produce tapes. And it's funny when people ask us to do tapes. And then I messaged you, and I was like, can you do tapes of my album?
I forgot that was you. Holy shit.
Yeah, and then I was like, and then you messaged me. We're like, we don't really do tapes. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I know that. I think I messaged you back. I was like, what the fuck? I was
Yes, you
like,
did.
I knew that. It was literally a day after I'd heard. Like, it was just like, I felt like such an idiot. I was like, oh fuck me. Even with all like the warnings and like knowledge, I was just like, the tape is in the name. Anyways, and then I sold it to some other shitty label. Sold it. No, just kidding. To Pioneer on Lost Angles. Limited edition now. How many are left? 10?
Let me count them.
You can just look and be like, nope.
14.
Oh, shit. Anyways, let's see.
Got 14 left. Hot ticket item. Lost Angles, Pioneer, 3D Black.
Essential.
Like, comment, subscribe.
DMT, originally on DMT tapes,
Yes.
Florida, and then on Lost Angles tapes, Florida, and then it was on the Essential
Bedlam Angles catalog hat.
plus 100
No problem.
night.
Slash
Welcome. To
no problem midnight tapes.
Laboratories.
Illuminated beer on the rug. Sorry, illuminated beer on the bloody carpet.
Beer on the bloody carpet.
Wizard.
Tapes. Wizard. 95. 500, yeah. 500. 9,500. It'd be plus 9,500 casual.
What do you mean there's too many labels?
Future. A decimal. So yeah.
Oh,
Buy a cassette. Dan Mason, who is next week's guest, asks, why you so rad? And then he says, where do you find all those clips for your music videos?
Thanks, Dan. I find a lot of my clips from the same channel, actually. There's a archive on YouTube called, let me make sure I don't say the name wrong. Here he is. 80s Commercial Vault. And that channel also has a lot of, like, he follows a lot of channels that are all about just ripping VHSs and uploading them to YouTube, mostly of commercials and commercial breaks, and there's a few, like, news segments and whatnot in there, but there's got to be like at least a couple thousand videos on this channel, and each one is maybe like a 10 to 15 minute chunk of like 10 to 12 commercials each. So I'll just go through, I'll download one with Keep Vid, and I'll just look for good commercials until I find enough to where I think I can plug a song into them. So yeah, that's where I get that from. 80s Commercial Vault, almost all of them.
Sick.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a one-stop shop for all vaporwave music videos ever.
I've seen a few vaporwave music videos that I'm pretty sure have gotten from the same thing.
Were you mad?
No.
I'm just kidding.
I think it was
They found it.
Who did one.
How dare they steal from me? All right. Late Night Swing Sesh asks, when you gonna sign me, Vito BB Hart? JK, how did DMT tapes form? Which you've addressed this in previous shows, but if you wanted to do it again.
Yeah, it was originally not a label, although I was calling it a label. It was just me and all my artist monikers. So after me and 12 other me's were like, yeah, we have a label. Then Shima33 was like, I want to be on this label. And I was like, oh shit, this is like the Shima33 from Dream Catalog. What the fuck do I do now? So shortly after releasing him, I just kind of went back to releasing more of me, but I felt like it was really dishonest because now I had this real artist on here. So I reached out to a couple artists on our Vaporwave, and that was how I found Dan Mason.
Ooh, really? He's an OG.
Oh yeah, he was the second real artist on DMT. First Shima, then Dan with Miami Virtual at the very beginning of February last year.
Wow, I feel like it's so weird. I feel like that, like, anything that happened before I got in is like, I think it's like 5 years old. Like literally February is when like I started, and so anything.
It feels like you've been in this way longer than that.
I know, because I'm such a prominent figure.
You're essential, some would say.
I'm essential. Some would say the king. You know,
I wouldn't say that.
literally the greatest musician, and I'll say that right here, right now. Vote Trump.
Official stance. 3D cast.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's Ted Cruz.
Yeah. Yeah, don't vote for Trump. Vote for Ted. Jeb is a mess.
Trusts Ted. With a slogan that good. How can you not trust him?
Trusted. Oh, wow, I didn't even get that.
Yeah, it's so fucking bad.
Anyway, so yeah, then you had Dan Mason. and they just went from there, snowballed, I guess.
Pretty much. The same month at Dan Mason, we found Latrace and American Online. And then the month after that in March was when I met Waterfront Dining. It wasn't until the first 100 albums for DMT, I'd say like 80 of them were made by me.
What?
Yeah. But then the second 100 albums, I'd say maybe like 9 were made by me. So I really cut back and made it real artists after that first 100. I even made the 100th album on DMT it was like a collab with myself where all the featurings were other monikers of me. Then the idea of the album was that I was going to stop doing that and just have, real people on the label, which was kind of a leap of faith. I didn't know that I was going to be able to meet people, but literally right after that was when I met New Type, and then he did 2 albums in the same week, and then it just kind of took off after that.
Man, if only he was here.
If only.
Man, I don't get what he's doing. At least Encarta is like, I have to go, and then leaves.
Yeah. Getting Fantasy Deluxe is like a whole shopping cart's worth of oranges right now.
He went to the store.
He's at the fucking crisper drawer right now. It's just insanity.
All right. Well, that's cool as hell. DMT tapes, the best. That was one of the first labels I knew about. I think I have a shirt.
You do? Oh shit, you're one of the 16 people.
Hell yeah.
I have one, you have one, I know Tech Girl has one, and I don't know who has the rest. I think Iacon has one too.
Oh.
I want to do another one with the Rec logo, especially since people are more likely to buy black shirts than white shirts, I've learned.
That's 100% true.
Yeah. So I was told, dude, you should have made the shirt black in the first place. But we could totally do that for Rec since the background's already black. So I'd like to do one. I don't know if it'll be as successful as our astronomical 16 shirt run from last year.
If I had to say, you could just wait until you rebrand once again to do a shirt.
I'll probably do one for the Rec just because I'm going to be bored all summer since DMT is going to be closed for the summer.
Right.
So I'm going to have a lot of free time. I'll probably do it in June. But.
Okay. I'll see if I get one.
Yeah, I'll grab one for sure. Add it to my growing repertoire of vaporwave shirts.
Do you have any more besides mine?
No.
I have 3.
No, that's not quite true. I have a static shirt that I got from Toastico, although it is not technically vaporwave. I did get it from somebody who is affiliated with vaporwave.
I have mine. I have a Dream Catalog shirt, and then I have a DMT.
Can I just say that I would absolutely love an Antifer t-shirt? Somebody made a Photoshop of Martin Shkreli wearing an Antifer t-shirt, and I was like, it actually looks really great. I would fucking love that.
Sometimes I don't know how ironic I want to be. Do I buy an Antifer tape, or do I just not?
The answer will always be, yeah, I guess so.
Even people, it's so weird. I mean, there's an undiscussed line in the sand where it's you're on that side, you're on this side, and it's just kind of funny when someone on the other side is oh shit, I bought a tape from the other side or whatever.
That not naming names has happened to me several times in the last couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, and I'm just I guess I'll buy this tape, even though sometimes they're problem children. Oh well.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just I can just imagine it being oh, I don't much care for you. Oh, but it's such a good tape.
Yeah. I'm saying right here, right now, end lines in the sand. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, then last one from... Oh, is he back?
Yo, what's up?
Where do you go?
I was just
It's a long story. I got an orange, though.
We weren't joking about the oranges. That's the thing. Anyways,
Actually, it's a Cara, but still.
it's still an orange? Cara orange?
Still a navel, so it's good.
Okay.
cool.
And then, let's see, last one, Michael Milham. Oh man, I forget what his vaporwave name is. If you didn't want your name said, you shouldn't have posted on Facebook.
Too fucking late.
Too late. They said there was a fair amount of output just from Vito in those first years, which is funny because, like we discussed, it was like a year.
Yeah.
So I want to know how he viewed balancing quality and quantity those first few years, all 5 years, especially since he was doing a lot of it.
Well, when it was
Yeah, all those decades you were around.
when it was all me, I did not balance quality and quantity. I was more about quantity. I just I would come up with an idea like, oh, maybe I can turn this artist into vaporwave, and I would come up with like an artist moniker for it, and I'd be like, all right, let's try an album. Let's try this song, and this song. And sometimes it would be shit, but I would do it, and I would make it, and I'd have 3 tracks. So I'd be like, well, do I not release it? Do I release it? And I would just upload it anyway. I still look back on those ones somewhat fondly, but I stopped doing that probably within the first, like, as soon as Shima 33 came on, I didn't feel like I had the right to, because there was someone else in the jacuzzi with me. I felt like I couldn't pee in it anymore. So, at that point, I was like, I better at least try to do a little bit of a concept behind each album, or just release the ones that aren't as concept based on like a separate Bandcamp. So for the early years, which would be the first, I guess, 5 months,
Early years.
I really didn't balance quantity and quality. That's why the first 100 albums are kind of like, oh my god, what is this? Like, you'll probably find a really good album every 10 albums or so in there, because that's the real people. Like Waterfront Dining's first album was in like the first 60, I believe. Dan Mason's was like in the first 30. Latrace was like the 45th.
And Sheriff Mario RPG, don't forget him.
Yes, that.
I'm interested to see. Like, I want to ask Dan next week about, or hopefully I'll probably forget. Heck, write it down. I'm gonna ask him if he thought that like DMT was like hopping, because he's like, wow, look at all these artists. I wonder if you fooled anybody.
I kind of
He
felt
fooled
bad
me.
for fun about it. When I would get some artists, they'd be like, wow, your label's so big. I'd be like,
Well,
it's not. It's me and 2 people, and me being like 30 other people. So
well, yeah, we can ask New Type now that he's back.
Yeah, he fooled me, man.
what were we gonna
Like,
ask?
Oh, what were
I
we
thought
at?
your label was like huge. I thought I made it when I was on DMT. Because like around the same week, I got asked to be on Adhesive Sounds, and then Oskab like followed me or something like that. But then like, anyways, around the same time, I hooked up doing that split with Oskab. So like, I was like, yeah, I made it.
But that's funny, because when you came on, you released those 2 albums for us like within the same week span, and then after those came out, we got like a landslide of, hey, can we be on DMT? Can we be on DMT? Like, it probably wasn't until that week or so that we really had like it used to be. I would sign like for the first 100 albums. If someone was real and they asked me, I would say yes. I didn't really get to be choosy because I didn't have a very good selection. But like right after you came on the label, I suddenly had to like start either rejecting people or like, telling them to wait till their next album and see if they've gotten better. And that was kind of cool to watch myself have a little bit of choice there. I apologize though if you thought that like you're like, I mean, I feel bad in retrospect because I didn't even think of the false pretense that I was advertising to artists that they were going to be on a bigger label than they were.
It's kind of funny though, because I guess it kind of worked out.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, I've been able to find enough artists to slowly replace all the me masks.
This podcast is actually just there's no one else on here. It's just Vito's
Yeah,
aliases.
it's just me and my 4 impressions of different voices.
Hello.
Oh man,
Hold up. I don't mean to do this, but I have to go. I'm pulling whatever you want to call it. But I'm heading
Dude,
out.
just disappear. Do what I do.
Yeah, but it's not as great.
Smear, get your shit straight, and I'll see you next week.
All right, bye guys.
See you, Samir.
See you
Have a
later.
good one.
Later, bruh.
Nice.
That's not an eagle.
What the hell did you post? Eagle. Oh, he hung up. He hung up. What did he post? I don't want to click it.
It's a Gex, and it says Eagle. Just Eagle.
Just the eagle. And then he said, that's not an eagle. Anyways.
No kidding.
Thank you, Samir. Always good to have you.
Oh, man. Deep cover fucking gecko. What?
God, I wanted to ask something. I do not remember. Oh, I don't think it was even a question. I was gonna say that like it was so funny, like how small the world was. The vapor world was to me when I first started. Because like I also was like, I'm on fucking DMT, dude. I did it. I'm in, man. And to a point, I mean, it's true. I guess to a point, you know.
I hope. I mean, you don't get any cassettes out of us, and you get maybe like $10 total because you made $12 overall. But hey, it's something, right?
I did receive that money.
You did.
I remember that. I remember exactly where I was.
Yeah.
I told this to Waterfront on the private Skype call, and I'm going to say it on this call. I was under the influence of hallucinogens.
Which ones though? Good ones?
Nothing too strong, just the organic kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good kinds.
And I was just, I may or may not have been out of my mind reading Reddit and receiving a message, and I was like, did I just make $10? And I didn't know it was real. It was a very fun experience. We listened to Ask Mob.
While you were tripping?
Yes.
Oh, what was that?
It was
Tripping on what?
It was crazy. It was really fucking fun. Listen to Ask Mob and then a little bit of, I think, adult contemporary novel. Just a little bit, though. Yes. It was fun. I suggest it. Anyways. Don't do drugs. I believe that wraps up this long-winded, amazing episode with Vito of DMT.
Did you even play the last track?
That's what let's.
Or does it play at the end?
It plays at the end.
There you go.
There you go.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
let's-
go like play me out on this track, and then once the track is done, it'll fade into like a little bit of bonus dialogue.
You're not supposed to reveal it, because then those are only for secret people who are. Sometimes I feel like they might turn off the podcast after the track.
Yeah, but then they'll notice that there's like another 5 minutes on like the timer, so it's not really that secret.
And then sometimes, if you don't mention it, we get real ass conversations. Anyways, wait, what the hell, Samir?
What was that? What the fuck?
Samir, what? Samir,
Yeah, what's going on?
what are you doing?
Hey, I'm back. Sorry, I thought I had to do something, but I don't.
What? What?
What?
Samir's pulling this shit now too.
What?
I'm back,
sorry, dude.
What if Encarta joins the call? Even though he was never in the call.
That's what I was trying to do. I couldn't find him, so I came back.
You're looking for Encarta. Anyways, yes, fun episode. We learned a lot. We laughed. We cried. We learned.
I loved, and then I lost.
And then I lost. And then let's do some plugs.
Yeah.
Vito,
Yes.
let's start with you. What is coming, I guess, in terms of DMT and Vito as an artist?
We've got 3 albums coming up. We've got the one we heard the track from, Diners Club by Waterfront with the 11
Right.
artists. That's the 11th, 2 days from now. And then 4 days from now, we've got a triple split that I mentioned earlier with myself, Java EXE, and Personified, and that is called Windows 92. And then,
The dream won't last forever.
well, that's the funny thing. Then a week later, on 420, we're releasing
Oh, yeah.
Windows 98. He's releasing possibly the first live
The live set?
album. Yes, he did a show in Miami on the 26th of March, and we're going to release the album for that.
If you didn't know, he was on the last episode of this show.
Nice, then yes, that's going to be our 420 release. So that'll be super cool. And right now I'm working on an album. I don't know what label I'm going to submit it to. It's called I4
In keeping with the theme of all the other Vito albums, they're based on roads around Florida, major highways and shit like that. So I might send it to VK250. I really like that label.
They're cool. I'm on there.
But if I could get on, that'd be pretty cool. That's it. That's all my plugs for right now.
Sick. New type, Mr. Fantasy Deluxe himself. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, what's coming up? Do you want to re-plug those cassettes?
I'm doing this experiment where for the whole month I only listen to Telepath.
Are you really?
So I'll report back after that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
I want to see if it fucks with my dreams at all.
I heard that eating a banana before you go to bed will fuck with your dreams.
I'll try that.
Yeah, just do
confirm
that.
This is not true.
I've heard eating cheese before you dream.
Yep, I've heard that too.
Actually, honestly, I heard eating like spicy food, same thing, and I actually think spicy food works because
I've been having weird dreams lately. But really, on a real note,
I don't know.
on Thursday, Arcadia Campus comes out at 8 in the morning.
Hell yeah.
And then on 420, 25 copies of Virtual Coast by New Type will be available. And I think that's about it for now. Oh, and then after that, no release date scheduled yet, but I do have some tapes of New Type's After Colony Echoes that'll be coming soon.
Oh,
as well.
sick.
Nice.
That's about it for now.
Well, is that the one I'm on?
Yeah, it is, actually.
Oh, cool. Sick.
I was going to bring you one today, but they're not ready yet.
Oh, right. You mentioned it.
Yeah.
All right. Lost Angle. Just one angle.
Lost angle.
Yeah. X. What's coming up next to Decimal? I already made that joke, but you know, whatever.
So good.
You just sound pissed off.
So next, so right now, we just released the Windows 98 Internet EP, and it's fucking blue. So what's more to say? It's also really, really good. So two valid reasons to grab that before you on your way to the. And then next week.
Wait, what? You just stop?
Next week we have sorry. Next week we have Chinese Hacker's newest album, Ritual, the super heavy noise return of Vapor Goth.
Hell yeah.
And I had the pleasure to listen to it before it was released, and good golly, it's heavy. And now it is out digitally, so check it out before it's released on Saturday. But it's going to be very, very cool. And then we're going to be doing, I think not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that is the 20th, if I'm not mistaken. Whenever the 20th happens, that's when I'm going to drop Cloud Expo 2. Which has been ready for a little while. I really wanted to do something for 420, so I thought it would only be proper if it was a real banger like Cloud Expo 2. I think I have one other one, but I can't quite remember. We still have a bunch of copies of the Lamatina Vapor Noise album Pilots, and sorry to say that if anybody was sitting on their hands waiting for waiting to grab their copy of ID Thief, it is sold the fuck out.
Oh, I got one of those, baby.
It will never be sold again, so sell it on Discogs for $800 and then send me a little bit of that cheddar.
Nice.
I think that's all for now.
It sounds like quite the whirlpool of a Lost Angles release. I guess
Yeah,
you call it a vortex. A decimal.
And then also
Vortex. There it is. Hey, who were those people that went missing? The Aztecs, a decimal? Oh, wait, I can't read this. I only put on my specs, a decimal. All right. You know who I really like? Favorite dubstep artist, Skrillex, the decimal.
You're on a fucking roll, man.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get this tape out of my VCR. Let me just hit eject, so that's a decimal.
Hurry this up so I can go ride my bike. It's a Trek Decimal.
Oh my god! Just the other day, just the other day, I was able to afford more tapes because I got in my paychecks a decimal.
I already said that.
Did you?
I already said checks. I said you can make it out.
That
You
was
can
a,
pay
I
via
thought that was a
checks.
cereal checks reference, though.
I said that
That's
too.
what I
I did
thought,
both. I'm on top of it.
I didn't hear the other one.
I just got wrecked, Decimal.
Cyber sexadecimal.
You already said six. God
Getting.
damn.
That's all I wanted.
I don't know. Sometimes it breaks my heart, but whenever I have to reject a decimal,
Oh my god, that leaves a little crick in my neck, Decimal.
I know I have to cover it up with my latest black turtlenecksicle. That's a decimal.
Brutal Mexico.
My testicles, a decimal.
I'm getting confused. There's a band I listen to called Gothicles, and they always throw in a new thing instead of goth. So sometimes I think it's the wrong pun.
The people from Czechoslovakia. Czechs, a decimal. Oh god, anyways. Now that I've had too much fun.
Yeah.
Now that we've been all perplexed to decimal.
Tyrannosaurus Rex
Oh, those people that live in Florida, those rednecks, a decimal.
Yeah, they're probably full of whatever herpes simplex decimal is.
Yeah, whatever. Any kind of object, a decimal.
Yeah, really.
Holy
Between
shit.
two dexadecimals.
You think they go to the Cineplex decimal?
No, they
that-
went
you-
to the disco hexadecimal.
Yeah, that big Metroplex, a decimal.
Here, sorry, I forgot your address. Let me just check it in my Rolodex decimal.
Oh, what the heck, a decimal?
That is actual full circle if we ended on what hexadecimal.
Actually, to finish going full circle, we'd have to be like, Gex. And we're back at Gex. Thank you for listening. Did I plugged? What do I have coming out? Nothing. Not yet. Still working on my album. You'll see. Who knows where it's going to be. Hopefully on the place I said it was going to be earlier. Shut
What's
up.
with that last track, Captain?
Oh yeah, we need to talk about that too. Was it Toronto Pasco on the album SR52 by Vito and Waterfront Dining, right? Collab.
Just by me. We didn't do a collab album.
Oh, it was a split.
track.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
No. I'd like to do a collab with Waterfront, like a whole album. That'd be really cool.
It would be. Anyways, here Toronto Pasco. Here it is, and thank you for listening. Gex.
Just say you love me, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I love you, I swear. Want you here to share anything, everything I do. So girl, just say you love me, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I love you, I swear. Want you here to share anything, everything I do. So girl, just say you love me, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I love you, I swear.
3D cast.
I already stopped recording.
Oh, damn.
I almost hit the hang up button on Skype. I was like, and peace out. Boop, whoop. Oh, man.
I sure hope this episode is called Gexadecimal.
I guess it will be now. Hexadecimal, holy shit.
Can I finally close this tab? This event?
I know I have one open too. Honestly, I only did that until the end. I didn't use one the entire show.
I was just like looking at it the whole time, like waiting for any holes to hop, but it just never happened.
Waiting for the right context to decimal.
I should have said, "Are you working on any projects?" Decimal.
Ah, damn it!
Damn it.
Oh, that would be a good one.
See now,
Do the whole show over again. Fuck it.
Yeah, second time's the charm.
the apex decimal of music.
Well, that's just a known fact.
We're still going because we have such high intellect decimal. Holy shit!
I was kind of like unsure about how I felt about vaporwave, but then I remembered that I really liked people's use of hexadecimal.
Hold on. Nobody said anything. I accidentally unplugged my speakers.
Oh, he's blah, blah, blah.
Everybody shit talking while it's down.
And I'm back.
3D cast.
I'm here.
Overthrow him.
I mean, I could still. I didn't hear it, but I could. I have it recorded.
You?
Remember that whole thing?
Get ready to find some shit talk about you.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Oh God. Well, that's the show.
Yep.
Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. It was fun.
Good. It's two vaporwave heads. Oh my God.